Hello and welcome to the Cardinal Report, the show that takes a look at North Central College athletics. I'm Will Armistead, and today we're visiting with the Cardinal men's soccer team to talk all about their latest victories on the field, the close CCIW race they're in, and much more as the Cardinal Report rolls on. The men's soccer team is riding momentum as they recently defeated CCIW foe Augustana College 2-1, a game after shutting out Lake Forest College 2-0 in a non-conference matchup. The Cards are looking to remain on the winning side and make a play for the conference tournament with 3 regular season games left on the schedule. Joining me to talk North Central soccer is Coach Matt Klosterman. Coach, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
A little bit different of a look since the last time we saw you here.
Right.
3 good games. 2-1. What's been the difference this past week or two in Cardinal play?
Well, we really felt like even in some of the losses we were playing very well. We just weren't getting the results. And so this is just a continuation of some of that momentum from playing well. We just stepped it up one more notch, and so we're actually getting some results. And but we're still playing very well. We have good chemistry on the field, and trying to keep people healthy. So that's always a challenge.
In the 2-0 non-conference win over Lake Forest, Pete Zimmerman puts the Cardinals on the board early.
Right.
Early as in before the 2-minute mark.
Right.
How does that set the tone for the rest of the game?
Well, we knew Lake Forest was going to be really tough if they got a lead. They're very comfortable sitting in and counterattacking, and that's really looked to us like that was their primary means of attack. So we knew it was key for us to put some pressure on early and really try to get an early one and force them to come out and try and play. And the guys just responded really well. They came out very focused and really put a lot of pressure on early.
Right. Now it was after the Elmhurst match that sophomore Brian Carlson had mentioned that the team was starting to play well from behind. Seeing that situation often early in the season. How is the team's play different now that they're going up 1-0 instead of going down 0-1?
I think it's almost just a sense of relief to not have to chase the game as much. They are very confident that they can come back. So when they have a lead, they're going, okay, well, let's just finish them off. and so it's a little different challenge, and honestly, something that we've been looking forward to as a challenge. Hopefully we'll get some more opportunities to deal with that one.
Right. Now I feel like each goal that a team puts up, it changes maybe some strategy or some idea of how you're playing the game. In the 27th minute, Nico Galto scores that second goal for the Cardinals. Right. You kind of go into halftime. What are you telling the guys at halftime with the 2-0 lead, and how are you really finishing out the second half of the game? Well,
it being a non-conference game, we wanted to be able to rest some guys, and we also wanted to be able to get some other guys some minutes to try them out, and so that was a big key for us. Really, from about 20 minutes on, we told some of the starters, "Hey, your guys are going to be coming out earlier than in some of the conference games, and we're going to give some other people some minutes to see what they can do." Right. And so it was a real opportunity for them, but we also were telling the guys, "Hey, we can either finish them off and score a couple goals, or it's going to be a tight game and very competitive, and you're going to have to defend very well." Right. And we did defend very well. Would have been nice to see a couple of those chances go in the second half, but we did defend well, and 2-0 was a good win.
One of those players getting some more minutes is sophomore Mike McAvoy. He was actually just recently named CCIW Defensive Player of the Week. Right. Can you talk about his play and Philip Klipp's play over this season and how well they're working together?
They've really had a role reversal from last season. Honestly, both when we brought them in, we knew both of them were very good keepers. We had expected that both were going to be competing for time as freshmen, and as a freshman, Philip got hurt during preseason, and so Mike won the starting job and did very well with it. This last year, Mike had a couple surgeries in the off season, and so Philip came in healthier, and so he won the starting job. But both of them, they really are the biggest cheerleaders for each other on the sideline. They're constantly supporting each other. encouraging each other, but they also have a good competitive edge to their practices too. So it's a really neat relationship. I think in soccer it's the hardest relationship to have, because they're the only ones who are really in direct competition for a position. Everyone else, I mean, we can change a formation or move somebody a little bit if two guys who play the same position are both playing well. So it's really neat to see that they're so supportive and really, I think, are genuinely happy for each other when they're doing well, even though they know it means that they may not get on the field as much.
Now, besides playing maybe a couple of guys who are looking to get some play down the end of the field, or resting up some of those guys who are injured, what else are you looking to do in a non-conference game?
Get some momentum for the conference. It was a big win for us. Lake Forest was a solid team, and they really came out. They pressured us really hard. I thought we were fortunate to get some of the looks that we did early, and we did well with the chances that we had. So the guys were firing on all cylinders, and it was fun to watch us, I think, early in that match. So that gave us a lot of confidence. You know, we got a win. We knew it was a quality win going into a conference game on the road. Really, I think, helped springboard us to getting the victory at Augustana.
And you alluded to it, a 2-1 victory at Augustana.
Right.
How well did your team play in that game? You had mentioned going down early. That was a game where you did go down early, but the team did claw back and finished up with that 2-1 victory.
Right. It was a tough match. Augie, like all the teams in our conference, they're very good, and they don't give you anything. so we really, it was a dogfight from the first minute of the game, and I thought more than anything else we responded to the physical challenge really well. I mean, we didn't back down. We challenged every ball. We won a lot of balls, and there was a good stretch in there where we really got some quality possession and had some good chances out of that. That made a big difference in our conference going into halftime, and you know, ultimately in us being able to get the victory. But it was a very tough game, very hotly contested. I didn't think we played great soccer throughout the match, but I did think we played very hard and really met the challenge well.
Right. So you go into that game, you start 9 or 10 underclassmen.
Yeah.
It is a close game, and there's been a lot of close games this season, 3 overtimes. How are those sophomores responding, or how are the underclassmen responding in general? And with that, what are the juniors and seniors doing to kind of ease those players into a situation where they can get comfortable?
Well, the juniors and seniors are doing an outstanding job of mentoring and just really supporting the guys. Whether the seniors and juniors are on the field or they're on the bench, they're doing a good job of challenging each other in practice and challenging each other to be their best every day, but also supporting each other and trying to help them do well. A lot of times, whoever's on the bench is yelling encouragement, yelling instruction to the guys on the field, and that energy really brings a lot. And a lot of times, it comes at important moments in the game, where our bench all of a sudden lifts us. Even though none of those guys are getting on the field, you just feel that energy, and it carries over to the guys on the field. They're very close that way. In terms of the underclassmen, they've played enough games now that that's not really how we view them anymore. We expect that they know what they're doing, and they've all been in tight games now. A lot of them, they've all played in conference games, and so we just expect them to play like an upperclassman, and they do. And it's there's really not a lot of discussion that goes on about it. They're good players, and they've all been in big games even before they got to college. We certainly didn't recruit a lot of guys who hadn't been in big games and hadn't played at a good level. So so it was nothing new to them. It was just really getting ready, getting used to the college game, I guess.
Sure. Well, after the Lake Forest game, we did have an opportunity to catch up with 2 sophomores, and Kevin Okamoto and Pete Zimmerman, as well as a pair of Lake Forest Foresters in this week's edition of What's the Word?
I don't want to take anything away from them, but we came out pretty flat. There were just a few balls that got through, and I mean, they attacked the spaces pretty well, and 2 goals from it.
You're coming out fired up in front of your home crowd. It's always a positive thing, and that kind of sets the tone, and you have to take a couple steps back, get yourself back into the game. So I was impressed. I came out ready to fight.
They were running a flat 3, and we had 3 up top. So, I mean, being marked man-on-man, that gave us the advantage. So, you know, Nico just fed me a great ball, and we got the first one that gave us a ton of momentum. And, you know, the second one really helped. So we came into the second half with a lot of confidence.
I thought they battled hard. I thought we didn't necessarily battle in the first half, came back in the second half, and as you know, it's about finishing your chances. They did, we didn't. So it's a good game, good battle.
They're a good team, but we just got down defensively. I mean, we work a lot in practice. I mean, we're just a good defensive team. We came in the second half wanting to score more. We just trying to bank the lead so big that they can't come back. I mean, how we play.
As far as our attack goes, we don't want to change too much because earlier in the year we had played Carleton and we got the lead with not much time left. We dropped back and changed our whole offense, and you know they end up getting a goal back. So you know coming in the half of the 2-0 lead, coach told us to just keep pressing, and you know we really were just looking for more goals. You know the best defense is a good offense.
I think you're always looking at something in the middle of the season. We're in the middle of conference, so try new things, different formation, different people in different positions. So it's a nice break in between. So it's good. Good competition. You want to see what the other conferences, because ultimately you got to play each other in the regionals.
Basically, all we're looking for is a lot of momentum. You know, coming into Augie, we really need a win bad. If we win, you know, we still have a chance to get in the conference tournament. So this game, we're looking to, you know, get a win, get good momentum, come into Augie, get that win, and still, you know, stay alive in the tournament.
Coming up, we'll be joined by Cardinal senior Michael Melendrez and sophomore Philip Klipp. Stay tuned.